And welcome everybody to the first game of the 49th annual Firecracker Classic here at Floyd Fitzgerald Stadium in Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm Oliver Phil bringing it to you. We have 30 games on tap over the next 5 days. This is the first. We have the two teams playing today, the Post 22 Expos, the Junior Legion team for the Post 22 Hard Hats, against the South Kingstown, Rhode Island Post 39 team from all the way out east. Filling in spots here. We're excited to see what Kingstown can do. So far, 2 flyouts. They started the game a little bit early, did a little jump snap on me. I was caught off guard. Strike delivered. I'll get you the lineups here in a minute as I write them down myself. But so far, 2 flyouts in the top of the first. Swing and a miss, 2-2. I'm excited for a big day of baseball ahead. We've got a full schedule. If you're noticing the different layout, that is going to be a grounder. No, that ball floated into right, and it'll land for a single. First hit of the day here for South Kingstown.
After the single, moves down to second base, number 14, Patrick Rhode.
And now the cleanup man coming up here for Rhode Island. This is Patrick Rhode. If you're a Rhode Island supporter, just know that we do all of these games. You can see them all on this channel for free of charge on Hard Hats TV. Glad I could bring you all these games. That ball swung on and grounded over to second. No, into right. And it will drop. Headed to third. That was a good deke there from the shortstop for the Hard Hats. They really got me. The shortstop pretended like he had it to try to scare the runner. But 2 singles in a row. Rhode gets on base and a 2-out rally forming here for South Kingstown. Up comes Ryan Fuscaldo. I'm going to go, yeah, Fuscaldo. Foul tip, strike 1. On the mound today for the for the Expos, Graydon Juvie. Juvie. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Fuscaldo watches a pitch in the zone. And now 2 strikes to no balls. Juvie, no Ks so far in this game. And taking off is the runner. He'll be safe. Fuscaldo takes ball 1. And stealing second, successfully, Patrick Rhode. And now 2 in scoring position here with 2 outs. South Kingstown trying to get on the board early. You might notice the new camera angle. We have the IP camera. And we're going to try this thing out. I have the other one on standby in the event that this goes south like it did against Yankton. But we have set up a hardwire connection, to my knowledge, that should keep us through. Plus, there's far fewer people pulling off the Wi-Fi at this moment than there have been in, Hard Hats games. But we got the scoreboard in the bottom left. It's still a beautiful morning here in Rapid City for some baseball. 5-day tournament, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Championship Sunday. Juvie throws high, and now the count full. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Excited to see all the Expos out here. the future of the Hard Hats. That swung on and hit into short. The throw, bouncer, but handled at first, and that'll be the inning. So 2 hits, but nobody scores for South Kingstown in the top of the first. Expos is going to have a chance to take the lead. Slightly shaky first, but they will take it, coming out of it unscathed. 6-3 putout ends the inning. In that inning, 2 hits lead to no runs, no earned runs, no errors, 2 men left on. And Expos still tied 0-0. I'm going to write down some of the lineups here now. It's a doubleheader here for South Kingstown. It makes sense. Get him in the morning. Given that they're going to be 2 hours ahead of us. So this is actually like a 9:30 game for them. All right, still writing down some of the lineups here. Glad to have you all with us. Seems like the camera's holding up pretty well. I have another one on standby though, in the event that we need it. Don't anticipate that, but this thing did betray us. During senior night the other night. Okay, it seems like I have the lineup now done for the Rhode Island team. On the mound for them in this game, Quinn Matos. Leading off this game for the Expos, Ben Hassett. Hassett, a little shout out to him. Heard from his dad that he was watching the game the other time when they were playing in the Veterans Classic. Had a great game there. So wouldn't be shocked if he's watching this one back. Hello, Ben. All these games watchable on replay on the Hard Hats TV YouTube channel. Hassett leads off. Blaine Hunt backs him up. Two balls, 1 strike the count to Hassett. Taking strike. Behind the dish today as the umpire, the older brother of our very own catcher, Philip Bentz, Hayden Bentz, taking up the responsibility, donning the blue. That ball fouled away by Hassett. He'll extend the at-bat. That one grounded softly, foul. All right, Matos looking for his first out. Hassett watches the ball outside. Hassett, a lefty, starting out the lineup here. Not a typical deal. You have to wonder if he is a real lefty or has just taught himself to swing lefty because it's advantageous. I know that's something that a couple of the Cheyenne Posting Sixers players did. Particularly, I'm thinking of Cody Williams and Braden Pearson. Both are righties on the mound, but lefties at the plate. Hassett keeps fighting, and we are up to 8 pitches on the at-bat now. Not how Matos envisioned this one starting. That's swung on and hit into center. It'll be caught. Out number 1 recorded. A fly out. Hassett wastes a lot of time, though. 9 pitches required to get the first out for Matos. It'll bring up Blaine Hunt. Dawson Inhofer, a member of this squad today. He's typically a hard hat, but came in the past to help provide a good swing and defense to this team in the championship, or the third place game. No, fourth place game. That one, swing and foul territory, out of play. Left fielder goes all the way out for it, though. You guys can see quite a bit more of the field here. It's a slightly fisheye lens that we have on this new camera. So only the very corners are obstructed. One ball, one strike. That ball flared out of play. Papio La Vista / Pinnacle Bank post 32 pulling in from the Omaha Metro. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside taken. So not enticing enough there. Swung on and driven into left and caught by the left fielder for the second out. So 2 outs in a row to start out the game for South Kingstown. Matos pitching well. A pair of flyouts, all that they have to show for themselves so far. But that's how the inning started in the top. And then 2 straight hits came from Jonah Monez and Patrick Rhode. So could have the same deal here. This time it is Hadley Burris at the plate. Stepping up for the Expos. Swing and a foul tip, strike 2. Matos, no Ks thus far. Burris, a very good average hitter. As are pretty much all of the Expos, honestly. They hit for over 380, I think, last year as a team collectively, fouled away. I bet it's not that much worse this year. Even if it even is worse, it might be even higher than that. Though I know a lot of the top hitters got moved up, such as Ryan Negebauer. Dawson Inhofer has been mostly on the hard hats. And then Josh Elder, the catcher, as well. Taken high and outside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Burris. If you might notice, they all look kind of stumpy right now. That is that fisheye lens effect. Kind of squishes them a little. Called strike 3, and Matos finishes the inning. A spotless first for Kingstown. The first K of the day for Matos recorded. He strikes out the opening 3, or gets the first 3 out. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on. And it's a tie game going into the top of the second inning. I'll give you the lineups here for both squads. We'll start out with the top of the inning team, the South Kingstown, Rhode Island post 39 team from South Kingstown, Rhode Island. Leading off for them, the shortstop, Brandon Westerfield, followed by right fielder Liam Segal. Center fielder Jonah Monez was the player who got the first hit of the day, followed by second baseman Patrick Rhode cleaning up. He had the second hit and stole a base. Then third baseman Ryan Fuscaldo was the ground out to end the first inning. Following him and leading off this inning, the left fielder Grain LaPlante. is going to be at the 6th spot. First baseman Zach Previtt is going to be 7th. Catcher Darren Clark is 8th, and pitcher Quinn Matos at the 9. So to repeat, for the South Kingstown, Rhode Island post 39 team, leading off for the first three: shortstop Brandon Westerfield, right fielder Liam Segal, and center fielder Jace Moniz. Or sorry, not Jace. I was sorry, I was thinking of the Laramie pitcher Jace Moniz. Anyways, center fielder Jonah Moniz. The middle three: second baseman Patrick Rule, third baseman Ryan Fuscaldo, and left fielder Grain LaPlante. And the bottom three: first baseman Zach Previtt, catcher Darren Clark, and pitcher Quinn Matos. And on the mound for the Expos, Graydon Juvie. First pitch down and away. The infield for the for the Expos, sorry. It's the second nature. I see the right colors and I have the right thing on the screen for the logo. And that's all I can think about. Behind the dish today, Carter Brager, the catcher. Strike one. Taken. Then first baseman is McCoy Rippentrop. Second baseman Dawson Inhofer. Shortstop is Blaine Hunt. And third baseman is Hadley Burris. That's strike two. Then the outfield from left to right. Left fielder Kane McLeod. Center fielder is Lars Kiefer. And right fielder is Ben Hassett. The DH today is Dexter Steen. That ball popped up. Could be playable. Brager going after it. It will be just outside. Oh my gosh, come get me. Oh. That ball had a chance to come get me in the booth here. Didn't have quite enough hop to it, unfortunately. Big day on tap. I'm glad that we started early in retrospect, because the problem with scheduling all the games here for the... Ooh, that ball taken off the hand. Seems like it didn't hurt that bad, apparently. It looked like it would hurt bad, but it didn't, apparently. LaPlante takes his base. So I'll give you that Expos lineup now. The first three are leading off right fielder Ben Hassett, shortstop Blaine Hunt at the 2-hole, third baseman Hadley Burris is third, cleanup is designated hitter Dexter Steen, left fielder Kane McLeod at the 5, center fielder Lars Kiefer is 6th, catcher is Carter Brager 7th, first baseman is McCoy Rippentrop at the 8, and second baseman Dawson Inhofer at the 9 with Graydon Juvie on the mound. So to repeat for the Expos, the first three: right fielder Ben Hassett, shortstop Blaine Hunt, and third baseman Hadley Burris. The middle three: designated hitter Dexter Steen, left fielder Kane McLeod, and center fielder Lars Kiefer. And the bottom three: catcher Carter Brager, first baseman McCoy Rippentrop, and second baseman Dawson Inhofer with Graydon Juvie on the mound. First pitch of ball. Got to watch out. They did steal a base in the first inning. LaPlante, left fielder, you would assume to have some speed. Hope you all are having a good Wednesday here. I know that many of you probably at work, probably not having time to come out to the games, but you should. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be grounded over to second. Inhofer flips to Hunt. The throw to first is up, and it'll pull him off the bag. It gets away from him. Brager going to get it in foul territory. Flopping into second is going to be the runner Previtt. And that'll be an E6. That'll allow Previtt to reach second. A fielder's choice, 4-6. Retires Gramey LaPlante. And so Previtt now on second. One out in the inning. Brings up the catcher, Darren Clark. Taken just off the plate. This South Kingstown team reportedly finishing runner-up in the Rhode Island State Championships in high school. There are 3 players missing, though, from this squad that were on that high school team. Not because they aren't playing summer ball, but because they can't make the trip out to Rapid City. which, fair. I totally get it. This is quite a ways from Rhode Island. Happy that they did make it out, though. Their first appearance in the Firecracker Classic, to my understanding. We are in the 49th annual. Next year's the 50. 49, though, a really big moment. Strike two. Happy to be here for yet another year. It's tough. This would have been number 50. This would have been number 50 had the COVID season not wiped out 2020. 2-2. That ball swung on right back to the pitcher. They've got him in a rundown between second and third. And throw back to the pitcher on third. Then throw to second. They tag him. And that'll be an out. So the lead runner retired in a rundown. They erase Preveet. I believe that would be a 1, 5, 6, 1, 4 put out. And 2 outs now. Reaching on fielder's choice is the catcher, Darren Clark. Brings up Quinn Matos, the pitcher, trying to help his own cause. Juvie's first pitch, a fastball outside. Still no scoring here in the first game of the Veterans Classic. Or not Veterans Classic. I'm still a little thrown off. One ball, no strikes. Taking off is the runner. The throw from Brager is high. And reaching safely, the catcher steals second. The second stolen base of the day now for South Kingstown. They're the Rebels in high school ball. It's a little hot out here this morning. I don't know, low 80s. A little hot for Rapid City. No humidity, which is something that Rhode Island does not get afforded. Though it's not as bad as like the South or something. Swung on, and Matos able to barrel one into right center. That ball still rolling. Coming home is Clark. The throw to second will maybe get him. Did it? No. They're going to call him safe. Matos gets himself on the board. And post 39 strikes first on a double from the pitcher. A 2-out double brings in Darren Clark. Technically, because both plays were fielder's choices, this is an unearned run to Juvie because that error should have made the double play on Preveet. But Clark scores, Matos to second. Now Brandon Westerfield, a Wheaton commit, the only college signee thus far on this squad, from what I understand, after talking with a parent before the game, which is, I would assume, Mr. Westerfield, saying it was the son. But now an 0-2 count. Juvie, still no Ks in the game. Grounded, foul. We got a "Let's Go Brandon" chant in the dugout. That has taken on a completely different meaning in recent years. Fouled back, out of play. That ball hit behind the ice machine. I didn't even know there was space for that. Little kid's trying to find it. It's back there. Behind the ice machine. Next to the batting cages here. Fitzgerald Stadium. Curveball, just high. Good take from Westerfield. Taken low and outside. Something to note about this team, they are fresh off the high school season. Only finishing school in late June. That's how the Northeast likes to do it. Full count. Payoff pitch here for Juvie to Westerfield. Curveball is taken outside for a walk. Never mind. I thought it was on 2 balls, but the umpire, not the umpire. The scoreboard operator had it at 3 balls, so I was going to trust him. Never mind. So now it's a full count. This will not be the last time that happens. Juvie throws a max strength fastball, and it's fouled away by Westerfield. Swung on and driven hard into left field. McLeod can't get to it, and that'll be an RBI single. He's trying to stretch it to 2. The throw to second will not get him, and Westerfield, an RBI double. 2 in a row now here for South Kingstown. They're on top 2-0. Great start for the visitors from Rhode Island. The Expos, although the junior team for the Hard Hats, not a team to be trifled with. They went 4-1 in the Veterans Classic this year, went 4-1 in the Veterans Classic last year against senior squads. 35-8 overall on the season. They'll be participating. A team dropped out pretty close to the start here. Didn't get him. Good attempt on the pickoff. Liam Seagal now up. Seagal, a graduated senior, playing his last summer of baseball with his friends. Taken high. This is essentially the high school team of South Kingstown. I asked my Twitter followers to see if I knew anything about South Kingstown. 1,000 people saw it and nobody responded. That ball hit and an out recorded. I'm going to watch the replay there. I kind of missed it. I believe that was a line out to left field. Sorry for the intermittent gray screens, but that'll end the inning. PA announcer making a very good point. Rhode Island, not an island. False advertising there. So 2 hits lead to 2 runs. Technically, neither are earned. There's 1 error on the shortstop, Blaine Hunt, and 1 man left on base. Post 39 gets out to an early lead, 2-0, as we enter the middle of the 2nd inning. Due up this time for the Expos against Matos, the middle of the order, Steen, McLeod, and Kiefer. Good thing is, this is our own team, and I have their Game Changer password, so I can figure out what everybody's batting and their averages and whatnot pretty easily. Expos, the 1700 team. All class of 2025 or younger. Dexter Steen this season batting a ferocious 453 with 23 runs, 15 RBIs, and 23 walks, which means his OBP is 646. That's something, ain't it? So Steen, a definite strong hitter here in the lineup of the Expos. A 646 OBP, nothing to scoff at, especially when it's followed up by a 453 batting average. But now down in the count 0-2 for the lefty. Should have a slight advantage on the righty Matos. A lot of lefties in this lineup for the Hard Hats. I believe Lars Kiefer also won when we get to him. That ball, double hit, bounced off the ground, and then on the dribble, hit through the backswing. Tennis, that's an illegal stroke. But then again, in tennis, not getting the ball over on a bounce would also, be a problem. That ball chopped to third, handled cleanly, the throw in time, and that'll be the first out. So the first four all put down in order by Matos. Good start here for Rhode Island. Fuscaldo over to Praveet. And one out now here in the bottom of the second. If you're from Rhode Island and your friends don't know about this, as I'm sure most of you don't, you've never been to this tournament, I get it. Feel free to share that link around in whatever parent group chats or sibling group chats, whatever it is, players, whatnot. Share it around so that everybody knows they can see it. They'll be able to watch all of the games for this tournament here on Hard Hats TV, free of charge. Swung on and driven into left center. That ball gets down. And the first hit of the game for the Hard Hats coming off the bat of Kane McLeod. Not for the Hard Hats, for the Expos. Sorry. But a one-out single breaks up the perfecto and brings up Lars Kiefer. Kiefer, younger brother of future Northern Colorado Bear Wilson Kiefer, who is currently gunning for a very realistic first-team All-State selection this year. I believe that would be his first if he could do it. Something to note about Kane McLeod. He has 48 steals this season. That's hit hard and through down the left field line. Another single. And the Expos starting to get something cooking. 2 hits in a row. Now 2 on. Kane McLeod, like I said, 48 steals to just 7 caught stealings for a 88% success rate. Lars Kiefer with an impressive 39 steals to just 5 caught stealings for 89%. Oh, we got to tie a shoe. Sorry, just a moment. The good thing about this camera, it can also focus and pretty much eliminate the net. You can hardly see that a net is there. That's something that our current camera, or our previous camera, could not do. But the net essentially eliminated from your picture thanks to this new camera. Puts down a bunt. Matos fielding. He will not have a play at third, and it's too late to get the one at first. Kane McLeod puts the pressure on. Kiefer scampers over to second, and Carter Brager beats the throw. A bunt single. And the bases are loaded on 3 consecutive hits by the Expos. They're trying to get back in this thing. Not that they weren't in this thing, but you know.
Now batting first baseman number 28, McCoy Rippentrop.
McCoy Rippentrop, traditionally a pitcher on this team. He started a game for the Hard Hats both the last 2 years. Only has a .220 average. But one of the more overdue prospects in the Hard Hat system. You'd expect him to come up as a pitcher at some point, traditionally by now. Kid stands 6'3", 215 pounds for the class of 25. That ball chopped towards the dugout. Everybody's got to watch out. That ball coming close to a couple of heads. Bounces all the way into left field. Papio La Vista, the Pinnacle Bank team from Papillion, Nebraska, now coming into the stadium, getting a look-see at their opponent. They'll play the South Kingstown Post 39 team as well. That ball popped up into foul territory. Left fielder going after it. He might have a play, and it misses his glove. He overran it. The left fielder, Grain LaPlante, unable to make the play. He ran too far, or it swooped back. Who knows? But the play not made in foul territory when it very well could have. Tell me if the camera's doing anything goofy. I think it's fine. I know there's a couple of like gray screens, but it seems to be pretty intermittent at the moment. If needed, we have the backup screen camera setup like we had in the other tournament. McCoy just gets a piece of that. Now his fourth swing and second foul ball. No, third foul ball. Because he hit that one that almost hit people in the dugout. McCoy Rippentrop. Somebody a lot of people have a lot of stories about. 0-2. Hit hard into right center, and it'll fall. Coming in to score, McLeod. Kiefer being told to come home, and the throw not going to get him. The game all tied up on a single from McCoy Rippentrop. Look at him. He's two-way.
2-run single ties the game.
4 consecutive singles for the Expos. And thanks to having 2 very fast base runners on the base paths, McLeod and Kiefer both score. Brager, the catcher, stays at second. Now we got the catcher and first baseman on with only 1 out. 4 consecutive hits. Coming up is Dawson Inhofer, possibly the most qualified player on this team. He's a hard hat on the senior squad most of the time, both a pitcher and a hitter. Stole, I believe, around 70 bases last year. I believe the number was 73. And is currently batting .425 this season in limited games for the Expos. He's been up and down. I guess he just, from what I understood from asking him the other day, he just got asked, hey, you want to play this game? Because you're not expected to play the Hard Hats game tonight. This isn't your pitching day. You want to be the Expos in the meanwhile? And he said, yeah, definitely. So playing the Expos games when he's not needed on the Hard Hats. That's swung on and driven into center, right into the glove of the center fielder, and that's out number 2, guys. Wait, is that? Am I crazy? I swear that was out number 2, not out number 3. Did we lose track of the outs? Guys, was Brager out at some point? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I think I must be crazy. I must be. Did I miss something? Did Brager get out at some point? So I guess that's out number 3. In that inning, 4 hits lead to 2 runs on a McCoy Rippentrop single. They are both earned to the starter Matos. There are no errors on post 39, and 2 men, it must be 1 man. It has to be 1 man, or else it doesn't make any sense. 1 man is left on base. It is all tied up after 2. We go into the top of the 3rd, both teams tied at 2 apiece. Juvie back out on the mound here for the Hard Hats. The big slinging over the top righty. Good thing about this camera, nobody can get in front of it. Nobody can step in front of this camera. It is mounted firmly on a bar on the pillar of or part of the canopy, I guess, in behind home plate in that part of the grandstand. I guess it's not a grandstand, it's just, the pavilion and whatnot. I'm sweating, man. This is kind of hot. And the sun's not helping. I'm saying hello to my little dinosaur friend out there. I'll be seeing a lot of him. Dinosaur out on the top of the mountain in left field. Left field, that's where Dinosaur Park is. Up on the mountain up there. That is fouled away. I believe that's a product of the Eisenhower administration, and it's a public works deal. You can just kind of go. There's a couple of life-size dinosaur sculptures, and you can climb on them. You can read about them. You can do a lot of things with them. But one of the little quirks of Rapid City. 1-2. Jonah Monez coming back up. He had a single in the first. Soft grounder over to third. Burris's throw, a bouncer, but McCoy Rippentrop able to scoop it out of the pellets. And the first man retired, 5-3. It brings up Patrick Rhule. Rhule had a single with 2 outs in the first inning. So 1 for 1 on the tournament and the day. Rhode Island going to play another game after this. They play Papio La Vista. I will be a secondary broadcaster on that. My father, Mike Fell, going to come in and relieve me during that game because 6 games in a day is an awful lot to ask. I know I'm not technically asked to do them all, but I wanna. My dad wants to, so we're going to do it. I'm Oliver Fell, bring you Hard Hats TV. Fouled, no, softly nubbed over to first, and the easiest out ever recorded. Made there by McCoy Rippentrop. That ball, as easy as it gets. The slowest grounder ever to first base, but one that stays true. He could pick it up while standing on the bag. That's one of those where your coach rolls it to you and you're like, give me a harder one. That's not realistic. That ball grounded to third. In and out of the glove of Burris. The throw, not in time. He'll muff it, and that'll be an error on Hadley Burris. He can't dig it out of his glove. It got in there, but fell out when he was trying to pull it out. Make his withdrawal, I suppose. Fuscaldo reaches on an E5, and the inning goes on. Brings up Grain LaPlante. He was hit by a pitch on the hand in the first inning, or the second inning, sorry, and was out at second on a fielder's choice. Hit by a pitch, the only thing to his name so far. Taking off, no, runner thinks about it, comes back. Fuscaldo started to run, thought better. Brayer's got a good arm, though still relatively undersized. Standing 5'8", 140 pounds. He is going to graduate in 2 years in the class of 26. Taken high. For those wondering, I am class of 22 at Grandview High School in Aurora, Colorado. I think my dad's class of like 89, maybe. At Creighton Prep in Omaha, Nebraska. Taking off is the runner, but the ball fouled away. He'll have to come back. Not so fast. Fuscaldo got a good jump there on the pitcher Juvie, but has to return thanks to the foul ball from LaPlante. Count now 2-2. Juvie still no Ks. Ks, not really his thing though. Just 17 strikeouts across 22 innings. More of a ground baller. Curveball is hit hard into left field through the gap. And that'll be a single for LaPlante. He refuses to get out. The man took off before anything happened. Fuscaldo reaches second. Doesn't go first to third thanks to the fact that the ball was hit that side. And the fifth hit of the day recorded by the Rhode Island squad here. Up comes Zach Previtt. He grounded into what should have been a double play, but was saved by an error from Blaine Hunt. That ball is shortly chopped into right field. The throw from Steen to the catcher, offline and to the backstop. Scampering over to second is Previtt. And an RBI single makes it 3-2, post 39. Expos hanging tough, but this Rhode Island team coming to play. As you would expect, they didn't come this far just to lose game one. They're 8-3 on the season, only recently starting the Legion season after playing high school until late June in Rhode Island. Fuscaldo able to score. That'll be another unearned run thanks to the fact that the inning should have been over if Hadley Burris was able to dig the ball out of his glove at third base. That one is softly chopped over to second. Inhofer on the run, the throw in time. But one run scores on a 2-out single from Zach Prevee. The Rhode Island post 39 South Kingstown team retakes the lead in the top of the third, up 3-2. So, recap that inning. For South Kingstown, 2 hits lead to 1 run. It is unearned. There is an error on Hadley Burris, the third baseman for the Expos, and 2 men are left on base. 3-2 the score. Another 2-out rally, though. That's how they've scored all of their runs so far in this game, and it feels like they can't do anything till they get 2 outs. In the first inning, they got 2 singles in a row, putting then in 2 runners in scoring position in the end of the first on 2 outs. Then they got their first 2 outs, but one of them headed over to second. Prevee. So the first 2 were out, had a man on first, then got a double and another double to score 2 runs. And then this time, 2 outs, reaching on there, single, score a run. Quinn Matos coming back out. Top of the order. Coming up now for the Expos. Didn't fare too well in the starting part of the game. Hassett, Hunt, and Burris going to get a chance to redeem themselves. 2 of them having committed errors in this game so far. I don't believe anybody with the team. Oh, no. Somebody does have a home run. 1 home run for Hadley Burris. 1 home run for Kane McLeod. Those are the 2 home runs on the season. There was an inside the Parker for Carter Schlosser that I got to broadcast in the later game of the or in the championship, day game, the 5th place game between the Expos and the ETC Mount Michael Knights. Or no, it wasn't Mount Michael. Who did they play? They played a lot. No, Westco. They played Westco. The Westco Zephyrs of Scottsbluff, Nebraska. There's Trevor Schlosser. Sorry, there's just a few Carters on this team. I was thinking Carter Johnson. First pitch, strike, delivered to the leadoff man, Hassett. Hassett batting at .411 so far for the Expos this year in just 22 games. Seems to be a relatively new addition. OBP of .507. 22 runs on just 56 at-bats. Taken low. Also a pitcher. 16 1/3 innings pitched. He's 2-0 and has yet to surrender even a single run. That's grounded. No, hit right back to the pitcher. Good reaction time there from the pitcher, Matos. A line drive right into the pocket of his glove. We'll record the first out. Hassett, unlucky there on a good swing. And another lefty going to come back into the box here. Blaine Hunt, the shortstop, flew out to left in his first time up. Hunt batting .327. Has 33 singles on the season. Just 2 extra base hits, but it seems to be a single machine, which works just fine when you got bats like they do behind him. That's grounded over to first, handled cleanly, and stepping on the bag is, what is it, Pravit for the second out. So, the same way that the first inning went for the top of the order is going for the second inning. 1-2, waiting on 3. Hadley Burris struck out looking in the first inning. That's, to this date, the only strikeout in the game for either team. Up and outside. Mato's technically the tournament strikeout leader. If I have time throughout the tournament, I will create little graphics, at least towards the end. Maybe by day 3 or 4, you know. I'll start making graphics on the leaders in average and runs and RBIs and whatnot, because I had fun doing that last year, just tracking it, because I keep track of all the stats here. But just keeping it in line with everything. Matos, that ball is swung on and driven into left. It will be caught by the left fielder LaPlante, and that'll be the inning. So, a perfect third inning. The top of the order having a lot of difficulty so far. They got 1, 2, 3, 2 innings in a row by Quinn Matos. But the game's still within reach, just down 1 run as we enter the midway point of game number 1 of 30 in the Veterans Classic. Or not, the Firecracker tournament. Sorry. It'll get better. It'll get better. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on. It's nice spending my morning with you guys. Wonder where everybody's watching from. I know that a lot of parents of Expos excited to see them out here. I know a lot of Expos excited to be on Hard Hats TV. They're only on here a few times a year normally, but recently we had a change. So currently they're only on when they're in these tournaments and Hard Hats TV is covering them, but that seems to be more often than normal. I don't know. I feel like the Expos have played quite a lot on Hard Hats TV, or they will. They have 5 games on Hard Hats TV in this tournament, as well as 1 game in the Veterans Classic. But now, the camera that is permanently installed right there, I taught people, I made a tutorial, I put a million arrows to it on the desktop, and still somehow, love you Angie, Angie Dietrich could not find it somehow. I don't know how. Confounding, frankly. Anyways, love you Angie. Thanks for the help. Anyways, but the parents now going to be able to just turn it on. I'll have the streams all ready and set for them. Just a couple button presses, and the Expos games will be broadcast on Hard Hats TV. It's saved later to a playlist that is currently on the channel that says Youth Academy Streams. Oh, great. From Maryland. Awesome. It's great to see everybody tuning in from all over. Gonna guess you might have some Virginia there, despite being Maryland. I mean, with the Hokie in your name. That ball popped up into right center. It might find a landing spot. Inhofer calls for it, and he does make the play. The rangy second baseman making good use of his legs for the first out. So Matos not able to get a hit that time. And Westerfield coming up for his third at bat in 4 innings. Puts down a bunt down the third base line. Burris charging. He'll grab. The throw is not going to get him. And it gets away, actually. Westerfield stays put. But a bunt infield single. Successful. The manager here for this South Kingstown team is, let me see. It is Mark Hutchins. And just making a He's having a great, or just made a great call on that one. Oh, that's cute. They're using Franklin Medium Gothic on the program. I don't think they mean to do that, but it's actually brand synergy. I use that as the primary basic font when I'm not doing anything, just for recaps and whatnot on social media. We don't have like a agreed upon font or anything. We don't have like brand guidelines for what we use, but the people who made this, apparently with a little bit of synergy, take it high. Great. I'm having a great time. Back-to-back games here for Rhode Island this morning. They play right now, and then they play Papillion La Vista from Papillion, Nebraska. They'll have half of their that ball grounded hard. Barris makes a good play, but the throw is high. He just gets him. Westerfield almost got there in time. Luckily, the high throw does not cost Hadley Burris for a second error. Instead, Westerfield retired 5-6, fielder's choice. But this is where they always seem to get something going. Seagal reaches first on the fielder's choice, but with 2 outs, that's where everybody has been able to come through so far for Rhode Island. All 5 of their hits coming on 2 outs. Bunt shown and pulled back. Brager's throw is good, and they got him! Carter Brager guns down the runner. Seagal caught stealing red-handed. And a 2-4 caught stealing will end the inning. No hits lead to, or sorry, 1 hit leads to no runs, no earned runs, no errors, and nobody left on. Still 3-2 as we enter the true midway point. Glad that you all found the stream. Tried to send it around to everybody on Twitter and Instagram, as we wanted to show that. Oh, camera's just doing a thing. It'll be fine. Anyways. We have the opening game of the tournament here. Let me do something real quick. You're going to enjoy this, I think. Check this out. This is your schedule for today's games on Hard Hats TV. We start off with the Expos against this South Kingstown Post 39 team from Rhode Island with the 7:30 game. Obviously, the other one won't start at 9. It was never going to, because as you can see with the rest of these, they're scheduled to, space out 2.5 hours, which is a far more reasonable time. But in the morning, that game only goes only has an hour and a half, so everything gets pushed back slightly. Eventually, it'll even itself out, but that is the deal. All of these very tentative times. The first 2 behind this game probably going to be pushed back about 30 minutes. That's my experience, what'll happen. Especially since this one definitely on a mercy rule. It's a close game, though low scoring. So then after this, at that 9 a.m. slot, probably more like 9:30 actual time, the Pinnacle Bank Post 32 team from Papillion La Vista, Nebraska, is going to play against this South Kingstown team. Kingstown playing their second game. Then the Pueblo Azteca from Pueblo, Colorado at 11:30 against Scott Catholic from Omaha. Scott will play again against an in-state rival, the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. Going to play against the Scott Catholic Skyhawks at 2. Premier West, a returning travel ball team from Denver, going to play against Missoula, Montana at 4:30. And then your Hard Hats against the Rocky Mountain Lobos at 7 o'clock. That'll be all day excitement for everybody involved here. The first pitch is strike from Matos. That ball outside, ball 1. There's another strike. One, 2. Strike 3! Matos rings him up, checks him out, and Dexter Steen goes down looking for a man with a 646 OBP this season. He has been held to nothing so far in this game. The second strikeout of the game now here for Quinn Matos. We'll bring up Kane McLeod. McLeod started out the hitting frenzy in the second inning with a 1-out single. He could do it again here. First pitch ball. Matos. A somewhat sidearm delivery. Almost, it's the kind of delivery you would give if you're trying to skip a rock really well. Like he swings, dips his head, and then pulls that arm all the way out and slings it around. That must be really good on righties, because that ball going to start way outside and then move across the zone. That ball high, and I already had a man on first. That is just, I guess, a prophecy, as Kane McLeod takes the walk. He was the first run of the game. It's the first walk given out by Matos all game. And the manager for Rhode Island going to have a chat with him. That shouldn't be the end of his day, should it? Surely not. He's had a very good start, but it is the first walk of the day for him, so I get if they're a little bit apprehensive.
So his first 9 at-bats had 2 hits. On his 10th at-bat, he got his 3rd hit. Never again during the rest of his career is his batting average dropped below 300.
Not sure what we're talking about. Oh, Quinn Matos is actually leaving the game. Wow. He's been fantastic against this Expos team. Allowing 4 hits over 3 1/3. So 3.1 innings pitched for him. Gets 2 Ks. Only allows 1 walk, 4 hits, and 2 earned runs. We have a reliever coming in now. It felt like they kind of pulled him a little early, in my opinion. I don't know how long, I don't know this team, so maybe Matos usually doesn't go that long. And this was about as far as he usually goes. He doesn't see the order for a 3rd time normally or something like that. But it was the guy's first walk. He just got a K. I don't know. Every game matters, so play it like it's your last, I guess. Coming in, we have a number 11 on this team, Mark Hutchins, going to relieve Quinn Matos. They did not put down the positions of these guys in the program here, so I'm going to write out what I know. Darren Clark, the catcher. Matos is a pitcher. I don't believe he will enter the field. It seemed like he was just going back into the dugout there. Buscaldo plays 3rd. Jonah Monez is the center fielder. Burbeat plays 1st. And do I have everybody? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Mark Hutchins is both the coach and the pitcher. So what I'm going to guess here is that that's Mark Hutchins Jr. Just a guess, though. Who knows? Who knows? That's just a guess. I doubt he's also managing. Player manager style, you know, Ty Cobb, Ted Williams type deal. I doubt that. Bill Russell.
Now batting in center fielder number 12, Lars.
Effectively Peyton Manning. Just a couple examples of player managers. Bill Russell probably the one that was most successful, being the player manager after Red Auerbach left late in the dynasty run of the Celtics. Strike one delivered on the inside. The problem with all of this, I've done this in intramural, the problem with being a player manager is you can't be playing and also making the choices. It's two different mindsets. You take yourself out of one if you try to do too much with the other. If you're worried about minutes and organizing things, that ball in the dirt, never mind low, but stolen base successful from Kane McLeod. His 49th steal of the season. Only been caught 7 times. Lars Kiefer up to bat now. The double play has been eliminated. Foul ball on a pitch high. So Kiefer currently in a 1-2 count. Kiefer, one of the guys that would surely be up on the hard hats, you would think, had there not been such a roadblock of talent. Swung on and driven high into deep right center. That ball going to get over the head of the center fielder. That was crushed. Moving to third is the runner, Kiefer. He's going to slide in safely. And a triple ties the game up for the Expos. A smoked ball into right center leads to 3 bases in the tie. Kane McLeod easily scores from second. Kiefer slides in head first to third. That's the energy they were looking for. Kiefer gets the triple and an RBI on the reliever. The first batter able to tee off on Mark Hutchins. Junior, I'm assuming. So the go-ahead run just 90 feet away. That's a strike in the middle of the zone, even if it bounces out of Clark's glove. Speaking of catchers, Carter Brager up to bat. He had a bunt infield single with 2 on in the bottom of the second. He hits it right back, and what a play from Hutchins. Great reactions there. Not even the kind where it finds your glove, like you're standing there. He had to reach out his glove, make a snag in a split second. Great reaction there from Mark Hutchins Jr. for the second out, and nobody's able to move anywhere. Strike one delivered on the inside of the plate. Here's McCoy Rippentrop. Rippentrop, two-way player. Only 220 average entering this game, but he had both RBIs before this inning started with a 2-run, 2-out single in the 8th inning. Or not the 8th, batting out of the 8 hole in the 2nd inning. Ball taken low and outside. That's a very slow curveball. Hutchins, also a member of the JV basketball team at South Kingstown, apparently. He's a junior going on senior, a rising senior, one may say. Apparently, this core group of this post-39 team playing for Hutchins since Little League. So this is very much his team, the manager here. This is very much his group of guys that he's been with for a long time. I guess he's worked his way up and become the manager of this team. I do see that, Quinn Matos pitched 6 1/3 in this game over here. Earlier this season, popped up and out of play. So you'd think, you'd think that he would go a little longer in this one. But, anyways, 1-2 to McCoy Rippentrop, 2 outs. A chance to give the Expos the lead. Check swing fouled away. Didn't mean to do that. He touches the base. Oh, never mind. Was that a balk? Balk? Balk. Huh. I don't really get balks, man. I didn't really see the balk there. Kind of felt like he threw a pitch. But, I don't know. So a balked in run, and the Expos take a very odd lead. That ball sharply hit foul. Rippentrop definitely fouling a few off. He's got some serious power in that 6'3", 215 frame. Fouled away. Rippentrop, also a fantastic name. McCoy Rippentrop. Just a great name to say. A lot of alliteration, a lot of crisp sounds coming off of your lips there. Rippentrop. McCoy Rippentrop awaits. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Hutchins gets the K, but not before balking in the go-ahead run. The Expos on top for the first time in this game, entering the top of the 5th, 4-3.
And the strikeout is in.
One hit leads to 1 run. It is earned to the starter Matos, his 3rd earned run. All right.
How did Lars score?
I think it was a balk. It must have been.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was a pass ball or something because
No,
we were talking.
it was a foul ball, but it must have been a balk before he threw it or something.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the only way. I don't understand balks personally.
So Lars did come in.
He did. He did
Okay.
touch and he did reach safe.
Okay.
Home.
Thanks.
So yeah. Yeah, it must have been a balk. That's the only way that I can think of that would have happened. So yeah, actually, sorry, 2 runs score. Both of them are earned. One to Matos gets 1. Matos gets 1, and Hutchins Jr. gets 1. There are no errors. Nobody left on. It is 4-3. Expos. They were always going to be a threat here. Honestly, quite impressive here for post 39 in their first game. This is one of the, although it's the junior team, this is probably a team in the top 4 or 5 of the 10-team field here in terms of talent. This is a team that is tenacious, very skilled, and very well coached. Up to bat now for South Kingstown, Jonah Monez again. He chops 1 to 3rd, handled by Brager. Or sorry, not Brager. Burris, throw to first in time. And the 5-3 putout will start the inning. The second time Monez has done that. And it brings up Patrick Rule. Okay, they're calling somebody to the score booth just to make sure they got it right on Lars Kiefer. It must have been. It must have been. Surely. That ball swung on and hit over to short. The throw in time from Hunt, and that's 2 outs. So 2 ground outs to start off the inning here. Juvie really settling in on the mound. Post 39 has been deadly with 2 outs, though. Hey there, Igor. Welcome. Good morning. And yeah, Hard Hats won the 48th annual Veterans Classic, or not, sorry, Firecracker Classic. Strike 2. But they did so in a very, very good game against the Next Level Baseball team from Asheville, North Carolina. Walking it off on a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 7th. Taken high. The whole team thinking maybe that was a strike, starting to get off the field. They'll have to come back and get set again. Not quite yet. Fuscaldo Swings and hits one into center, and the inning continues. There's another hit. All of them have been on 2 outs. Every single one of them has been on 2 outs for Rhode Island, which you could say what you want about hit sequencing. That's very impressive that they can do it with their back against the wall. That's something that'll serve them very well in this tournament and in the season at large. Grammy LaPlante, now coming up, he has not been out at the plate so far. A single and a hit by pitch in his 2 at-bats. Ball in the dirt. Ball gets away from Brager. Sneaking over to second is Fuscaldo on the wild pitch. 8 hits so far for post 39. You wonder how many runs could have been scored if they weren't all hit on 2 outs. High ball taken. I believe it's Mr. Hollick here being the scorekeeper today. He must be, because he was called to the booth. That ball in the dirt. Now 2-0. Wow, that ball very, very high. And I only counted 3 balls, but I was also spacing out for a moment there, so I don't know.
The ball brings up number 28, Zach Rabbit.
So the second walk of the game, I believe. No, the first walk of the game for Graydon Juvie brings 2 men on. Zach Pravit up. He has an RBI single in this game. Swing and a miss. He went all in on that pitch and busted. Strike 1 on Pravit. A 1 count. He hits it sharply over to short. The flip to second gets him, and that'll be the inning. Very casual approach to a somewhat difficult play. But that'll be a 6-4 put out to end the inning. 1 hit leads to no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 2 men left on. And it is still 4-3. A lot of hits, but they're all coming with 2 outs, and that doesn't seem to be working as a strategy here for post 39. They trail 4-3 despite having 2 more hits and receiving 2 more errors. Sorry, 3 more hits and receiving 2 more errors than this Expos squad. So one may say the Expos are rather lucky to be in the situation they are in. The due-up this inning for the Expos, the 9-1-2. Inhofer, Hassett, and Hunt. A collective 0 for 5 on the day. It's going to be a big moment here. Mark Hutchins Jr. coming out for his second inning of work. Surely it's Junior, because the manager is also named Mark Hutchins. It's got to be. Yeah. It could be like the 3rd or something as well. It might be. Anyways, we'll see how this goes. Expos trying to make some noise as always as the late addition fill-in in this tournament due to one team dropping out.
Leading off the inning for the Expos, number 13, Dawson Inhofer.
Dawson Inhofer, the overqualified second baseman in the 9-hole today, looking for his first hit. He's batting at .425 this season on the Expos, and also has several hits for the Hard Hats, senior team for Post 22. Strike two, delivered over the zone. If you're just now joining us and you're a Post 22 person, interesting note, the home plate umpire, older brother of catcher Philip Bentz. This is Hayden Bentz. Has received some high praise from some of those in the booth about his umpiring ability, and I have to side with that. He's done a very good job today. Inhofer skies one into center. Should be a routine play, and they make the out. So Inhofer now 0 for 2, rather surprisingly. Another dose of fate as he flies out to center. Ben Hassett back up. The top of the order has not been the highlight of this Expos squad this game. They had both the first and the third inning to show themselves and went 0 for 3 in both of them. Hutchins Jr. up and outside. Strike one. One count. Junior delivers. Up and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hassett, who was batting .411 entering the game, is 0 for 2 so far in the tournament and in this one. But facing Hutchins for the third time. Called strike in the upper right corner. Well-located pitch there from Hutchins to the lefty. Hutchins, shirt slightly untucked. Sets, delivers. Outside ball, and the count now full. Hassett yet to swing at a single pitch. He's class of 27. So, sophomore this year, junior next year. Yeah. Sophomore this year, junior next year, right? No. Freshman this year, junior the year after. And taking first base on a walk, Ben Hassett. First walk handed out for the new pitcher Hutchins. And brings Hassett on the base paths. He's fast. He's taken off. Clark cannot make the play. And Hassett will steal second without a throw. You could easily steal third, you would think, as well. One ball, no strikes. Hassett, 8 for 10. 2 caught stealings, 8 stolen bases, make that 9. And here's Blaine Hunt. Something to note about Hunt. He is the shortstop for this team and is a middle schooler. He will enter his first year of high school next season. He's class of 28. A rising freshman. So very impressive to be a starting shortstop batting 2-hole for the Expos. Strike one. They have the count at 3-1 on the scoreboard. I believe them. Has there been that many pitches? Yeah, there has. That feels about right. It might be 2-1, but anyways. The 3-1. Outside, no it is, ball 4. And Hunt will take his base. Hutchins walking the batters in the 1 and 2 slot. Unlike his predecessor, who was retiring them, brings up Hadley Burris.
Third base, number 14, Hadley Burris.
Burris 0 for 2 in this game. Bats .342 on the season. .37 steals to just 2 caught stealings for him. Bunt shown, pulled back. No, never mind, fouled away. Strike 1. Both runners are fast. He puts down a bunt, a strong one. Hutchins, the throw, gets him. And that'll be the second out. But both runners advance on the sacrifice bunt. Hadley Burris is retired 1-3. And 2 outs now. Both runners move along, and the designated hitter Dexter Steen is up. He batted .453 entering the game with 15 RBIs. Probably the best hitter this season for the Expos, but so far in this game, he's 0 for 2. Feels overdue for something, but that was against the old pitcher, Matos. Now he's got Hutchins. That ball bounced off the plate itself and fouled away. A couple of people coming out from the Rhode Island area. I can see somebody with an old fisherman's hat, like the kind you see in like the Morton Salt advertisements. 1-1. That's going to be popped. No, grounded. The pitcher underhands to first, and that'll be the inning. So despite a shaky middle of the inning with 2 walks to very fast runners, Mark Hutchins Jr. does not allow anybody to score in the 5th inning. And that'll be it. So no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 2 men left on. The total for the Expos only at 3. That's the most they've left on at any point. And it is still 4-3 entering the final 2 innings of this contest. A tight one here in the opener of the the Firecracker Classic. Sorry, I'm trying to remind myself that it's the Classic. It is not the Firecracker Tournament, it's the Firecracker Classic. So I keep on reminding myself Classic, and then I think of the Veterans Classic because I was calling it because we have the Veterans Classic Tournament as well. And that happened earlier this season, and I called a lot of games for that, but I keep messing. It'll eventually figure itself out. First game, I get it. Due up here, the 8, 9, and 1. Clark, what you would assume to be Hutchins, unless he gets pinch hit for at the 9 hole. And then Brandon Westerfield, the leadoff man, will come up after that. So you're setting up in the on-deck circle. It is Mark Hutchins. Clark 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts up the middle on the game.
Leading off the inning, 39, number 18, Darren Clark.
Clark does have a run. That ball fouled out of play. That run came earlier in the game when he reached on a fielder's choice and what should have been and what would have gotten him out, but they ended up choosing the lead runner instead of him. He stole a base, came around to score. That ball grounded sharply. Hunt slides, throws to first. Great play there from Blaine Hunt. So taking his first at-bat of the game, the pitcher, Mark Hutchins Jr., coming up to the plate. It said on his max preps he also plays third base, so you would expect him to be a somewhat good hitter. Swing and a miss, strike one. Not just your typical pitcher at the plate type deal. He also hits, at least sometimes. Standing very tall. Check swing, did he go? I think so. Never mind. Umpire says no. I thought he went. Anyways. 1 ball, 1 strike. That man has a far better view than I do. Inside ball taken. Two one. Strike two, delivered in the top of the zone from Juvie, who's now in his 6th inning of work. Hutchins. Check swing, and he went. They have to finish the play. Brager to rip and drop, and the second out brings up Brandon Westerfield. First strikeout of the game for Juvie on anybody.
Next up, the leadoff hitter, shortstop, number 16, Brandon Westerfield.
Westerfield, 2 for 3 so far on the day. An infield bunt single in the 4th, and an RBI double in the 2nd. He's definitely lived up to the billing of the leadoff spot. I really do like the color scheme here for post 39. It's almost black that they're wearing right now. It's like a very dark blue. Not navy, it's a different shade. You could see it represented pretty closely on the scoreboard there. It's really almost black, but it's just barely like a middle blue. 1-1. Strike two, delivered at the top of the zone by Juvie. Westerfield does have a fly out as well. Going to the D3 University, Wheaton University, or it might be Wheaton College. Out there they like to call things college. It might just be Wheaton College. I'm not totally sure which one it is. One of them is Wheaton College in Chicago area, and Wheaton Metro. That ball is smoked through the gap. And another hit, his 3rd of the day for Westerfield. He's definitely carried his own weight and then some for South Kingstown.
The single brings up number 1, Liam Segal.
3 hits. Does not have any runs to show for it, though. Liam Segal going to come up next. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Popped up into shallow left center. Hunt can't get to it, and that ball finds a landing space. Taking off for 3rd and safe is Westerfield. A bloop single finds just the right spot in between 3 fielders. And Liam Segal lucks out with a single out of it. They only do things on 2 outs, guys. Every hit has to be on 2 outs. All 10 hits in this game for post 39 have been on 2 outs. But that makes it very hard for them to score any of them. We'll see what they can do now. Runners on the corners. Segal tried to take off for second back in the 4th inning and was caught stealing to end the inning. So maybe we'll think better this time. Up and high. Brager handles. Ball 1. Center fielder Jonah Monez is 1 for 3. Had a single in the 1st and a pair of groundouts to 3rd. Strike delivered in the upper right corner. Well-located pitch there from Juvie. That's something Juvie has going for him. A very good control over his pitches. One ball, 1 strike. Up and outside, and taking off. A delayed steal successful. Good heads-up base running from Liam Seagal. Now 2 in scoring position. A single could change this game entirely. Give post 39 the lead. A ground out could be catastrophic. Inside. There's also a reality where you hand it off to the cleanup man, Patrick Rhode, with the bases loaded. If a walk is taken here. Monez. Up and outside, ball 4. Juvie hands out just his second walk. That ball quite close to the edge of the zone, but not able to locate. The bases loaded on 2 outs. This has been the game of 2 outs. Graydon Juvie now getting a talk here from manager Jace Caldwell. Only between the pitcher and the manager, maybe the catcher, as they talk about what to do here. They will not relieve him. There are people warming up in the bullpen, but I believe those are Papio La Vista players who are coming in for game 2. Bases loaded. And coming up, the cleanup man, Patrick Rhode, with a bunch of very messy bases. And he's supposed to put in order. It's a pivotal moment in this game. Just a 1-run game, post 39 trailing. Only 4 outs left to do anything. It made everything happen on 2 outs. Could they do it again? It's going to be swung on and hit through the gap into left field. Coming in, and the throw. Clark going to be safe. Or Seagal is safe. A 2-run single gives 39 the lead. Great clutch hitting all around the lineup. 3 hits on 2 outs. Patrick Rhode gets 2 RBIs for his effort. Monez moves to second. And Seagal comes home from second base. Coming in from third is Westerfield, who started all of this. And Kingstown, South Kingstown, retakes the lead here in the top of the 6th. Up to bat now is Ryan Fuscaldo. Fuscaldo, 1 for 2, reached on an error and scored in the 3rd inning. Juvie. Called strike. A beautiful pitch there. A strong fastball in the very upper right corner from his perspective. Force out everywhere but home. Curveball. Swung on over to third. It is handled by Burris. He'll touch the bag, and that'll end the inning. But post 39 gets what they came for. A 2-out single from Patrick Rhode gives them the lead yet again in the top of the 6th. And now, going into the bottom of the 6th, the Expos, who have 6 fewer hits in this game than post 39, looking to equalize or possibly take the lead in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see. Recap that inning. 3 hits lead to 2 runs. Both of them are earned to Juvie. There are no errors, and 2 men are left on base. 5-4 the score. It is very confounding that they can only get hits on 2 outs. 11 hits is a lot of hits. 11 hits is an unbelievable amount of hits to get on 2 outs. Just saying. That is just frankly unbelievable. Every one of them. Every single one of them has been on 2 outs. Bright morning here in Rapid City. In between games, I'm going to apply some sunscreen. Probably should have done that before the game, but I don't know. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Who expects this? Anyways. Plus, in the event that I wasn't going to in the event that I didn't sweat, then I wasn't going to feel icky for having put it on. But now that I'm sweating, it doesn't matter. Hutchins coming back out. Had a very tense end to the 5th inning with 2 men in scoring position, but didn't allow anybody to score, hence the lead. He's in position for the win right now. Got to face the toughest part of the lineup for everybody thus far of McLeod, Kiefer, and Brager. We've combined for 4 of the 5 hits on the scoreboard for the Expos. Leading off the inning, Kane McLeod. He has a walk, a stolen base, a single, and 2 runs.
Leading off the inning, number 18, Kane McLeod.
McLeod, a student at St. Thomas More High School. Ball low and away. McLeod, class of 26, a rising junior. 2-0. High and inside, he has to get out of the way. Hutchins, yet again, struggling with his control. He walked 2 batters in the previous inning. Nearly cost him. Didn't last time. And that's ball 4. Kane McLeod stays patient, gets rewarded. Looks like Big Hutchins going to talk to Little Hutchins.
Leadoff walk brings up number 12, the center fielder, Lars Kiefer.
Could be the end of the day for him. I don't know. It might be. Doesn't look like it. Seems like he's holding on to the ball. Lars going to get a little talk here from Jace Caldwell. Lars Kiefer is 2 for 2 with a single and a triple. He also has 2 runs. McLeod and Kiefer representing the only 2 batters to have come in to score here for the Expos in this game, and they both did it each of their last 2 times up. 100% run rate for those 2. McLeod reaches base for his 3rd time. Now it's Kiefer's turn. Kiefer, the RBI triple to right center back in the 4th inning. A triple and a single. Pretty great. He's got an interesting batting stance, some moving legs, a metronome style bat waggle. It's kind of mesmerizing, honestly. He looks like one of those cat clocks that just kind of moves around and its eyes do that thing while it ticks back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So very nice. I like the batting stance. Very cool to look at. Outside ball. Also seems very relaxed at the plate. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what it looks like. That ball, softly chopped foul. Where's Kiefer? Awaiting the 2-1. McLeod getting jumpy at first. Strike taken on the edge of the play. Great pitch there from Hutchins. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ball in the dirt. Count now full. On the scoreboard, it's only 2-2. I've counted 3-2 though. So, is it 3-2? Yeah, 3-2. That's what I thought. So it is 3-2. There is some activity in the bullpen right now for the Expos. Hutchins just off the plate. That was a close one. Great take there from Lars Kiefer. And the 4th walk, issued by Mark Hutchins Jr. Up comes Brager. Hutchins, that might be the end of his day. And it is. They're calling in the right fielder. Probably a good idea. Hutchins goes 1 2/3. Records 1K. Walks 4 batters. Allows no hits, though. No hits. Or, sorry, 1 hit. 1 hit. And earns just 1 run thus far. But it could be more. Seagal going to come in. Liam Seagal relieving. Who's heading down to right? Looks like number 6. That is Tat Kasabian. Or Kasabian. There we go. Or is that supposed to be pronounced Tate? It must be. I don't think it's Tat. I think it's just Tate without an E in there. Yeah, I think it must be. Shelly, you're in here. I see you. I see your last name in there. How do you say it? Appreciate the help. So that's the 9 hole now going to be filled up by Kasabian. He'll be taking up right field. Seagal moves to the pitcher's mound. Third pitcher of the game used for South Kingstown. So Brager up with 2 men on. Expos down just 1 run. Big off attempt, not going to get him. I get the worry though. McLeod and Kiefer combining for 77 stolen bases this season through just 40 games. First pitch fouled away. Sacrifice bunt being called for, it seems, by Caldwell with nobody on. I get it. Put the tying run on third, go-ahead run on second. That being said, I think they both might just be able to run it out if you were to give him a stolen base opportunity. Another bunt put down. This one rolls foul. And now 0-2. Something I have heard from many is that the way that you best train bunts is to use like a lacrosse stick and try to catch the ball. Just see a ball come at you and catch it, and then do that again with your bat. Just catch it like a lacrosse ball. Just let it hit, and strike 3. Seagal gives him a heater. Brager can't make any contact. And while going for the bunt, he gets the strikeout. That's the first time I've seen that all season. McCoy Rippetrop back up. He had a 2-run single back in the second. Both runners leading off pretty heavily. Inside ball taken. Both runners take off. The throw from Clark is a good one, and they got him! I stand corrected. I was thinking that McLeod could just take third. Clark cuts him down. That's just the... What is that? That's just the 8th time McLeod has been cut down in... What would that be? That would be 56 attempts. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So now only 1 run on the bases. Keeper, I guess, reaches second on the fielder's choice since they did catch somebody stealing. It would have been a double steal had they both. That ball called. Good job from Hayden Bentz to account for the tall man strike zone. Or tall boys, I guess. He's not a man. Sure built like one, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3! Seagal coming out of the bullpen silences one of the toughest parts of this Expos order. And post 39 carries a 5-4 lead entering the final inning of play here in Game 1 of the Firecracker Classic. Seagal doing a great job out of the pen. Or I guess out of the field. He didn't even go to the pen. Even more impressive. In that inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 1 man left on base. And yeah, 5-4. Currently in position for the win is Mark Hutchins. And if he pitches the rest of the game, then Seagal would get the save, assuming he can protect this lead. We got a lefty warming up on the mound. I wonder who it is. Problem with lefties, you can't really see their number from the third base side, or the first base side, because their back is not facing you. Come on, turn. Please. Please. I'm seeing a 5. All right, that's good enough for me. Never mind, we don't even have a 5. Dang it. We don't have any numbers in the single digits. Dang it. Ugh. 15, 15, 15. 15, yay. All right. We have number 15, Ben Hassett, coming on to the mound. So Graydon Juvie, 6 innings of work. Allows 5 runs. Only 2 of them are earned to him. He allows 11 hits, all on 2 outs. Walks just 2 batters, but is in position for the loss. Ben Hassett now on the mound, moving from right field. Not sure who's in right now, but Hassett, a great pitcher, hasn't allowed a run in 16 1/3 for the Expos. Shut down the West Coast Zephyrs in the game on championship day of the Veterans Classic earlier this year. Got to see him pitch. A very strong curveball on this guy.
Leading off the inning, number 5, Graham LaPlante.
Grant LaPlante. Grammy LaPlante. Gonna lead off this inning. Last inning of play. Hassett, a strong striking fastball in the upper right corner from the batter's perspective. Low and outside. Hassett throws a very straight fastball out of an interesting arm slot on the left side, rather disorienting to the batter. Curveball just misses by a matter of centimeters. LaPlante having a good day at the plate, has not been out at the plate at any point. He's reached first 3 separate ways: a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Ball 3. 3-1 count now here to LaPlante. Ball 4. And LaPlante reaches first. Yet again, he's reached every time he's come up to bat. So I guess Hassett shouldn't beat himself up for it. But LaPlante has not tried to steal any bases when he is on the base paths. He's been very courteous. Zach Praveet now up. He is 1 for 2. Or sorry, yeah, 1 for 3, sorry. Grounded into what should have been double play, reached on an error. And then a single, an RBI single at that in the third, and a ground out in the fifth to end the inning. Strike two. Hassett, another strong fastball. Double play in effect. We haven't seen any thus far in this game. 0-2 count. Curveball just outside. Pickoff attempt, not close. And that'll be ball one. That was a very close ball. Good job to resist it from Praveet. He really reaches on one. Hits it to some of the Rhode Island supporters here. Having to duck out of the way. We got some parents here. Yeah. That ball coming to the bleachers. Anyways, 1-2. It's chopped, high hop, over to second. Inhofer only going to have one. He makes the play at first. And the runner advances.
Ground brings up number 18, Darren Clark.
LaPlante turns on the Jets to get over to second. Darren Clark, the catcher, now up. He has a run and a steal, but is 0 for 3. Riddle me that. I guess he's 0 for 2. No, he's 0 for 3 because he reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Hassett. Fastball high. Ball one. One ball, no strikes. Popped up and out of play. There we go. First ball to hit the booth today. I'm sure there will be many. Wow, South Kingstown. That's wow. Only 931 students. Apparently there are a few from neighboring high schools that are here. But, yeah. Impressive. Strike two delivered. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes for Ben Hassett. Stares down the batter Clark. Sets up. Looks back. Delivers. Curveball outside. Taken ball 2. Apparently they had a mercury problem. In 2016, a swing and a miss. Strike 3. The curveball gets a lazy swing from Darren Clark, who goes down on strikes. First K of the day for Ben Hassett. But now there's 2 outs. Now the green light is away. And we're going to go with Tate Kasabian is coming up to bat for the first time. Sorry the screen's doing that little gray thing. It's just kind of something that happens with this thing. I could change it, but I really like the angle right now. 1-0. It seems to be working by and large. Strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Fastball is swung on and turned into left field. That could be fair. It is caught by Caden McLeod. And the inning is over. Ben Hassett allows none. And now it's time for Post 39 to defend their lead in the bottom of the 7th. All comes down to this. Rhode Island, Post 39 from South Kingstown, defending a 1-run lead against the Expos. Expos going to have their chance to make their move and possibly win the game. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 1 man left on base. And still 5-4. Good inning of work for Ben Hassett. Still no runs allowed on the season for the youngster. Yeah, I was looking through the South Kingstown High School stuff here. Looking through the Wikipedia page. And apparently in 2016 they had a very odd situation. They were fined for having high amounts of mercury exposed to faculty and students. I don't know where you would keep the mercury. Like, where does that even go anymore? Everything's been phased out of commercial products. Were you just like using it for science class? I don't know how you get exposed to mercury. It's not something that just like naturally comes out of the walls. I don't know. Very odd. Very good hockey team. Moved all the way up to Division I despite their low population. They also had a nationally ranked soccer team.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Expos, the second baseman, number 13, Dawson Inhofer.
An 11th round pick in the 2022 draft by the Cincinnati Reds, Ben Brudy, coming out of this school. So they have somebody in the minor leagues right now. Taking ball. Seagal on the mound. He did a great job filling in. Taken high, ball 2. Taken high again. Dawson Inhofer now on the verge of reaching base. You don't want to do that. He stole like 70 bags last year and has stolen 9 in this year without without being caught a single time. Strike 1 delivered. So it's Tat. Okay. I know that's how it's spelled. I'm just guessing it's Tat then. I was wondering if it was attempting to be Tate. I wasn't sure. Taken high. Ball 4. Seagal hands out his first walk. And the tying run now on the bases in the form of a very fast Dawson Inhofer. Clark has caught 1 of 3 stealing. It was the man at third just last inning. Inhofer has stolen 9 bags this year in just under 25 games. And has not been caught even a single time. Ball in the dirt. Clark does a good job to block it. Taking ball 1. Ben Hassett, the now pitcher, formerly right fielder, is 0 for 2. Does have a walk in the game. Looking to help himself out. He stands to earn the win if the Expos are to walk it off. Fabio La Vista waiting patiently to see who the winner is. They'll warm up after this. And after about 30 minutes, we will get game 2 of the day. Which obviously, not at 9 o'clock. That was to be expected, though. This is a little later than I was anticipating, though. Just because of how good a game it was. That one is chopped high to third. The flip to second. Relay not going to come. But they get the man at second. Dawson Inhofer retired. Oh. Tedios. Patios. That's great. All right. I just never seen that name before. All right. And so reaching first on the fielder's choice is Ben Hassett. First out recorded. 5-4. Inhofer retired. And it brings up Blaine Hunt. Hindsight shortstop. 0 for 2. He's just a middle schooler. Just a middle schooler. But it's, yeah. I mean, he's starting for this team at the 2-hole. Batting .327 this year. Has 1 walk. Other than that, nothing. That ball in the dirt, taking off. The runner, Clark, throws it full strength. And well offline. Ben Hassett scampers over to second on the bouncing ball. I'm going to call that a stolen base because there was a throw. Man on second. Hassett runs over to third. That ball down the line and foul. That was a very good bunt put down the line, but it curved. Just a little too much backspin. And went wide of the chalk. There's a fully turf field here. It hasn't happened in this game, but at some point we're going to get a lightning delay, maybe even a hail delay. I don't know. It's bound to happen, as Logan Torvey, one of the former broadcasters before me at this role here for Hard Hats TV, has said. It just happens every tournament without fail, over and over again. The weather doesn't seem to cooperate. But right now it looks really clear, really nice. There's something to look forward to there. The tying run on second base. That ball put down the line, and it will be fair this time. Picked up. Seagal throw. It's a good one, and he got him. A very good throw there from Seagal. Right on target. And Blaine Hunt not able to reach base, but the tying run comes to third on the sacrifice bunt.
So, the third baseman, number 14, Hadley Burris.
And up comes Hadley Burris. Burris, the 3-hole hitter, is 0 for 3 in this game. He is the last chance here. A couple of Bullets or Cadets, one of them. The even more junior team of the Hard Hats, or the Post 22 organization, is standing by watching on the concourse. Might be taking some BP this morning, I don't know. 2-0 count. Burris needing to come through. The last out of the game for Seagal. Trying to defend this, get the save. Curveball, outside, ball 3. A walk would bring up the designated hitter, Dexter Steen, who on paper, one of the most fearsome hitters in this lineup, but is 0 for 3 on the day. Seagal, the 3-0. That's called strike at the top of the zone. I thought that was in, wasn't totally sure. It was. 3 balls, 1 strike. Foul tip into the glove of the catcher, and now the count full. Hadley Burris down to his final strike. Seagal trying to finish out the game. Throws it in the dirt, ball 4. Burris fights and takes the walk. It brings up the cleanup man, Dexter Steen. Like I said, so far in this season, Steen has been unstoppable, more or less. A team-high .453 batting average with a .646 OBP. But in this game, he is 0 for 3. 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Strike 1, delivered. Oh yeah, the runner took second. Stolen base from Hadley. Or I guess that'd be defensive indifference. And now a 1-1 count. One swung on and squarely hit foul. He got all of that one, but unfortunately for him, just a little late on the pitch. And he'll have to go back to the drawing board. One more strike to go for Seagal. And post 39, one swing of the bat could walk it off here for the Expos in game 1 of the Firecracker. 1-2 count. Seagal delivers. It is chopped softly over to second. The throw off the bag, but he stays on and stretching out to make the play. The first baseman, Zach Praveet. That throw from second baseman Patrick Rule pulled him away from the bag. He was able to stretch, make the play, and that is the game. Seagal closes it out, and Rhode Island, post 39 from South Kingstown, takes game 1 of the tournament and game 1 of their doubleheader here today. A great game start to finish for everybody. The win goes to Mark Hutchins Jr. Mark Hutchins Jr. gets the win. A save goes to Liam Seagal, who pitches 2 innings of shutout ball. And that'll be it. So post 39 scores 5 runs on 11 hits, all on 2 outs, mind you. 5 runs on 11 hits with no errors. Post 22 Expos put up 4 runs on 5 hits with 2 errors. The loss goes to Graydon Juvie. And yeah, so that'll be it for game number 1. Big moment there for everybody. And the Expos start out 0-1 for the first time in a tournament that I can remember. So thank you all for watching. We have another game coming up. I know that the stream might say that it should have started like an hour ago, but that's because we didn't budget, the time is budgeted weird. But that's how it works. So thank you all for watching. Post 39, 9:55 start time, so we're going to really speed things up out here. 9:55 start for the next game, so go to that other stream. Just so you know, there is another stream. You go to the channel, it'll be on you go to the live section, and you will be able to see the next stream, which will be for game 2 of the day. The post 39, team from Rhode Island will play against Pinnacle Bank post 32 from Papillion, Nebraska. Thank you all for watching. I'm Oliver Fell bringing this to you. Game 1 goes to Rhode Island. See you in a minute.